Wow. How about that new intro? Welcome to the first show of 2021 and welcome to Behind the Internet. I'm Aaron. I'm one of the outside sales reps for Wisper Internet, and I'm on here with...
Yep, as always, my name is Jesse, Washington, Missouri, Field Services, and we got a great start of the year, 2021. We've got our friend Gabe joining us. I'll introduce him again here in a second, but before we get too far in, I would like to congratulate one of our Wisper customers, Ralph Tiffany. He was the winner of the 2020 Customer Referral Award. I had the honor of meeting him yesterday personally and presenting this. He was very excited. This happened at a perfect moment personally for him and his family, and he doesn't have to make any Wisper payments for all of 2021. So Thank you very much. We really appreciate just you and what you do for us, and just let us know if you ever need us. We'll be over there in 2 seconds, my friend. Anyway, so speaking of awesome, we have Gabe back here to talk to us about the Wisper Home App again with some features and changes, and maybe we can go over some of the things that are already there. But Gabe, tell us about yourself, my friend.
Yeah. Hey, well, thanks for having me back, guys. I appreciate it. My name is Gabe Peterson. I work for a company called Calix, and we partner with Wisper to deliver the Wisper Home app, as well as the suites, the parental controls, as well as the network protection solutions. And we are going to be talking today about some new functionality that is available in the app. That will allow you to prioritize traffic within the network. Sorry, did I lose you guys there for a second? I lost your video, but maybe that was
still here.
Okay. Yeah,
cool. All right, sweet. So yeah, we're going to be talking about some new functionality today that will actually allow you to prioritize traffic within your network to improve the overall experience. So we're going to walk through that today and show you how to get that set up.
Awesome.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, sorry about that, Aaron. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, man, the Wisper Home app, if you haven't got it installed on your phone, with our new Calix router, it is a great app. I just recently put in a Calix router at my location with the app. It is pretty cool as far as like even the speed test feature, the antivirus, the parental controls. A lot of fun, and it makes my job easier for sure. Not only selling Wisper, but even selling the entire router system in general.
Yeah, the functionality of it and the virus protection. Sorry, Gabe. I just had a pop up on my phone, a notification from the app about an email that someone tried to open. Which we would have totally never found or caught before. So that's just one of the small things that comes with this app. So it's awesome. Go ahead, Gabe.
No, I was just going to pile on to your comment about the network protection services. I'm with you, man. That's such an awesome feature. And to have that protection across all of the devices within your home, I think is huge. And we talked about this, I think, a little bit on the previous one of these that we did, but these phishing scams are getting so good, and they really look like legitimate emails that are coming from companies that you do business with every day. And unfortunately, people are clicking on a lot of these, and just having that umbrella of protection to add to protect you from these things, across the entire home, I think is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only it's not the someone from overseas wanted to give you $1 billion anymore. Right. It's they know your family members, maybe people you work with. They might know a boss or something, and there you have it. You're fished in. So this app's caught a couple of those.
Yeah. But yeah, Gabe, tell us more. By all means.
Yeah, device priority. What is it? So let's go ahead and kick it off.
Yeah, let's talk about it. So let me share my screen so we can actually go through this. And let me pull this up here. Oh, and actually, sorry, give me 1 sec here, guys. Looking for the right screen. Weird. Okay. Well, we're going to do it this way, which is the low budget way, but hopefully you guys can see this. Can you see my Zoom screen okay?
Yeah,
sure can.
Seems
Okay,
high budget
perfect.
to me. Go for it.
All right, sweet. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about was the My Priorities feature that we just launched within the app. The cool part about this is this is just something that's included with the Wisper Care plan. So no additional cost for this. If you have the Wisper Care plan, this is going to be part of the overall feature set that you have. And to enable this, all you need to do is go up under the top left-hand corner under that hamburger menu, which always makes me hungry, especially getting close to lunchtime. And then right under Protect IQ, you'll see that My Priorities button. So I'm going to click on My Priorities. By default, My Priorities is going to be turned off. All you have to do to turn it on is just slide that little toggle over. One thing I will say on the My Priorities feature is you will need to run a speed test from the app in order to turn My Priorities on. If you go to turn it on, it will tell you, hey, you need to go run a speed test because the system needs to check to see what your speed is in order to provide the best possible experience through My Priorities. So keep that in mind. If you go on here I'll turn that off again just to show you guys. If you go in here to turn that on and you toggle that over, if you have not run a speed test through the app, it will ask you to do so. To do that, all you have to do is just go back. If we go back into the hamburger menu and we click on the bandwidth test right there, you can click on Begin Bandwidth Test and it will run and do its thing. Just click that button and it will do its thing. Take a moment to finish and complete its bandwidth test. So anyway, just wanted to call that out as a caveat there to make sure that you run the speed test before you go in here and actually set some of this stuff up. So what My Priorities does is it actually allows you to create priorities for either applications or for devices within your network. So as I'm sure you can tell, I work from home. And so my priority during the day, I want to make sure that all of my work applications and my work devices are prioritized during the day. My son is also there's my Wisper Home App notification letting me know my speed test is done.
And mine just finished as soon as you said that. There you go.
There you go. Perfect timing. So obviously, I want to make sure that my work activities are prioritized during the day. I don't care if my son can, or my wife can stream content during the day at the fastest possible speed. I want to make sure that my work stuff can happen during the day. Mm-hmm. So you can see that I've got work prioritized as the top. If I wanted to change that, like let's say that I'm a big gamer and I want to make sure that gaming is my top priority, I can go ahead and just drag gaming up to the top and hit save. And now gaming applications would be prioritized within my network. If I want to change that back, since I'm not a gamer and I want my work stuff to be prioritized and maybe drag gaming back down to the bottom, I could always do that and then just hit save. So it allows you a lot of flexibility to set this up based on what's important to you. Is streaming entertainment really important to you? Then move up the videos and music. Is gaming important to you? Move up gaming. Are you somebody who's working from home? Then prioritize the work from home traffic. And then there's going to be more dedicated bandwidth allocated to those specific applications that you're using for work, that you're using for gaming or for streaming. Before I move on, any questions about that, guys?
Yeah. So obviously, how it can identify, obviously you've got work and gaming, but if you have a gaming laptop, how's it going to identify which one's your work versus your gaming?
So that's where you'd probably want to come over here into the device prioritization and set that as a device priority. So if we have one, like let's say I wanted to make my work laptop always the priority, I can do that in a couple of different ways. I can set it for a specific period of time. Like I know that I'm on a video conference call for the next hour. And so I really want to make sure that for the next hour, my work laptop is prioritized. So a lot of flexibility there that you can do, or you can just make it a permanent priority. So if I always want my work laptop to be prioritized as the most important device within the home, then I can go in here and set that, hit save, and it will be added in there. You can set up to 5 devices in here as a priority list. So in that example, if you wanted your work laptop and maybe your gaming laptop, maybe, maybe gaming laptop goes number 1, but you can always go in and adjust that and, set up multiple devices within there as well. Basically. Yeah, there you go. That's the ticket. Yes. Never would be gaming from your work laptop, I'm sure. But you could go in here and set that priority up as well for additional devices if you wanted to do that.
Very good. I've got a more simple question for those out there who might have missed exactly how you get to this spot. mainly me to my priority area because I was doing a bandwidth test. Let's start from the main screen there. So you're at the main screen, you hit your hamburger button.
Yep, absolutely. And then click into the My Priorities feature. Now, there are a couple of caveats here. You will need to make sure that your app is on the latest version of the app. This is something that was rolled out as part of our Q4 release. So if you're not up on the latest version of the app, make sure that you have all of that updated. We'd really recommend that you probably just have app updates automatically come in because as new features like this become available, you want to make sure that they're available to you. So if you're not seeing that, it probably means that you're not on the latest version of the software, and you'll just need to update the app. But you would see it once you are, then you would see it under the under Protect IQ under that My Priority section.
Very good. And that was exactly what my issue was. I must not have the most updated version, and I worked on that afterwards. All right. Very good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
One thing I want to add there is if anybody's watching and they want to throw out a comment for a question, this is the perfect time. So, yeah, flood those comments with questions.
That's right. And even after the fact, after the live one is finished, you can always ask questions underneath the video on Facebook and on YouTube as well. So we always love those questions. We always get back to you. So we appreciate it.
And I think really the big win here for customers or for your guys' customers is, there are so many devices that are competing for bandwidth within our homes, right? So many applications that are being used. I know even in my own home, my son now learning from home and, how to get him an additional device. There's just so much more competition for the bandwidth that we have within our home. So I think this is a really great way to help improve that overall experience, for the expanding number of devices that are within our homes.
Very good. All right.
The other thing I wanted to call out just really quick is you do have the ability to actually create a schedule here as well. So you see that in the top right-hand corner, right under devices. If you want to say, create a new schedule and call it, work day or whatever. If I could type work day. So, and I want to make sure that during the day, my work stuff is prioritized. And then, let's see here, you can create a start and end time. So let's say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I want to make sure that my work stuff is prioritized between, 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. I would love to only work then, but blast. So there, now I have the schedule that's created. So between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, my work stuff will be prioritized. And then if I wanted to create another one that would say, in the evenings, I want to make sure that streaming and gaming is prioritized, and call this evening. Going down here, select all if you want to do that for all days. Oops, got to select the start time and end time. Whatever. Just go in here, select your start time and end time, hit save, and you'll be done. Got to obviously put it in the correct time frame. But the general takeaway there is you can create these schedules so that you don't have to think about this, right? Just kind of set it and forget it. And then during the day, your work stuff will be prioritized. And then in the evening, your streaming, gaming will be prioritized when everybody's home and, trying to watch Netflix and Amazon and Disney Plus and, all of the different things that we're consuming more and more of now. Or your kids are trying to game and, you're trying to, catch a streaming show on the couch with your significant other. You can make sure that those things are prioritized. And so you're not all fighting for that bandwidth as well.
I'm sure it's competition, and the word said, "I pay the bill." Probably I'm sure that comes out in somebody's mouth out there for sure.
I'm quite certain that is probably gonna happen. Yeah. Too funny.
No, I've had younger ones in the family walk around to everybody's devices and make sure the Wi-Fi is shut off and do that before. Like, what are you doing? And anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or, maybe if your kid was good that day and you want to give them priority for their gaming stuff, you can throw them a bone or whatever, right? So, a lot of different ways you can leverage this functionality for sure.
Very good. No, there's a lot of super useful, important things with priorities, especially these days with, like you've said a few times, like we talked about beforehand, all the working at home doesn't seem like, it seems like it's going to be this way for a little bit. So having functionality and priority in the app and the router to be able to get your work done, super important. So we appreciate you guys jumping on this and putting that in there. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's an awesome feature, and something that I think we talked about on the very first one of these that we did, as an upcoming feature, and I'm excited to see it out in the market and have people be able to really use it and take advantage of it now.
Yeah, it's a lot of different routers, from the past. They have something like this in there, but it always seemed a little bit clunky. They could be better now, but the drag and drop feature on this is super user friendly, and I can see how people would use this all the time. So
yeah, indeed.
Very good.
Stop sharing there, boys.
Anything
other thing,
else? Go ahead.
The only other thing that came up, I know Aaron wanted to mention, so there were some questions about how to actually get the app associated with the GigaSpire system that's in your home, that's delivered by the Wisper folks. So want to make sure if you have one of those systems in your home and you want to set the app up, it's a really simple process. You just go to the App Store, download the Wisper Home app, and then all you have to do is just register and scan the QR code of the actual system that's in your home, and that will all register that process and associate it with your app. There is a very important step at the end of that when you're going through, because Wi-Fi will already be set up. Make sure there's a button on there that says skip this step. You don't need to set up new Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi will already be working if the GigaSpire system is already installed in your home. So just make sure to skip that step, and you'll be golden. And then that will associate your device, wherever you have the Wisper Home app, with the system that's in your home, and then you'll be able to use all of this awesome functionality that we've been talking about on these sessions.
Awesome. Right, and on the bottom of these routers, real quick, Aaron, the code that he's talking about, the little square looking black and white squiggly code that's on there. Right, it's got a name, but yeah, right. You see it everywhere now, but usually I don't believe you have to have a special app on the phone to scan these. You open up the camera on your phone and then put it right in the middle and touch it. It'll scan it, and then it'll kind of go from there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because these QR codes have gotten so pervasive now on, all of these devices, they just use your camera to just scan that QR code. So yeah, pick it up, should be right there on the bottom. Boop, scan it, done. And it's associated with your account, registered to the app that you've downloaded on your phone, and then all of this lovely functionality is yours to use.
Yeah. And it's also a good tip too. You mentioned like the Wi-Fi is already set up in the same app. They can change. If they don't like that Wi-Fi name, they can change it. So that's always kind of a neat feature there as well.
Or if you forget your password, that's one that drives me crazy all the time. I was actually struggling with that when I was, before we jumped on the phone here, I was logging into stuff and I'm like, what is the password for this app? I forget. Like, we all manage so many of these things now, and, being able to just jump in there, if you do need to change update the SSID or password on your wireless system, all of that is available to do through the app as well. So a lot of functionality in there to troubleshoot things on your own, and just provide that self-service where not that the folks at Wisper don't love to hear from you, but at the same time, if you can handle some of this stuff from home, right, without having to pick up the phone and call somebody, it's nice to just be able to quickly do that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it was kind of nice too, because when I switched routers, obviously I have so many devices that already have name, password, and we've mentioned in the past with like a lot of my Alexa switches and stuff like that. Those are not easy to set up with a new Wi-Fi name, so forth and so on. So it's really nice. I'll change it to the exact same one I had.
Yep, absolutely. That's a great point. Yeah, if you're couldn't agree more. It's amazing how, and you forget almost how many things are actually connected to Wi-Fi, right? The Alexa one drives me crazy. My son got a kids one for Christmas, and I feel like I'm fairly technologically advanced guy, and I was like struggling so hard. I actually spent like an hour on the phone with Amazon support trying to get it set up, and it still never worked. I'm just like, okay, I guess this is where we're at. But
Yeah.
it can be a frustrating experience for sure.
Yeah, we can totally get off topic on that. We've got this random $4.99 charge on our bill every month, and we have no idea. It's from Amazon. We have no idea how to get rid of it. It has something to do with music. But I want to go back, you guys, because it is important, and it totally spaced this functionality, and it's super important. You guys hit it brilliantly. Our routers in the past, if you wanted to make any changes on the SSID or password, you have to make a phone call. Hold on one second. Just getting some feedback. Just being able to do that from the app, it makes it so you don't have to make that phone call. And like you said, we will help with that. But if it could save you a lot of time just changing that stuff on the app. So another reason why the app's so important and so good.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Even for us, our tech support, they're loving it. It's made their job so much easier. Able to see more and to just to help our customers too. That's been phenomenal.
That's a huge part of it. Is Wi-Fi is very complicated. It just is. It's very complex. There's a lot of things that can happen in the home. Whether it's interference from microwaves or sound bars or building materials or whatever, right? And to the extent that you guys have that additional visibility to be able to help the Wisper customers, right? That's huge. And then having that ability for them to self-serve on some of this stuff also, I think is a big win.
Yeah, most definitely. So, and I just want to call out if there's any customers out there that are watching, anybody watching, and they have questions about this, throw them in the comments now, and we're definitely happy to get with you and answer your questions.
Yeah, and off of that, I know we have installed a lot of these routers, and there are a lot of customers that don't have the app on their phone for various reasons. And if you're seeing this and you're thinking, I want to give this a try, trust me, it is easy. Just give our support a call, and they'll walk you through a couple steps. Or like I said, just go to your store on your phone, Wisper Home App, download it, and it might go step by step from there, but we're available for help as well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I know. I think that's pretty much it. That's awesome. I mean, it's always a pleasure having you on our show, Gabe. And
thank you guys so much. Appreciate you inviting me back. And we've got some fun announcements coming in the February timeframe, so I have a feeling I might be back. And not that I want to try to set myself up for stuff here, but
we've got some teasers. I mean, you said it. Any teasers?
Well, so there's I guess the teaser is there's a bit of there's actually a little bit of a UI refresh coming for the app. And I'm really excited from everything that I've seen so far. I think what we have, is amazing, but this is definitely taking it a whole nother step further, of, providing that functionality for folks out there who are using, who have the Wisper Care plan. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be awesome. So we'll definitely, we can set up some time to do that and kind of walk through that new functionality once it's available. But, this is the nice thing about software, man, is it just keeps updating all the time, and we've got new stuff coming all of the time. So be fun to share those.
One of the great things about this, and we're most likely going to be seeing you a lot, which is an honor to us. But these things aren't just hey, we build this program and there you go and good luck. Mm-hmm. They're always being tinkered with and made better and more efficient and more ideas. And a lot of that those ideas come from the user and the customer.
Absolutely.
So, thank you very much, everybody watching and being a part of Wisper and the Home App as well. So.
Yeah, and I think it was even our first show. I kind of put out there as far as device priority, and then there's wasn't on the app yet. But however, you actually, you were able to we can do this. Let's just make it happen, and you made it happen. So I thought that was really cool. So yeah.
Well, definitely not me making it happen. There's a lot of other smart people here that made it happen. But I will gladly take the credit.
We'll happily give it to you. Yeah,
tell everybody
Alex have been great.
Yeah, tell everybody we appreciate it, and we appreciate everybody joining us on these. You can find us on Facebook. You can always ask questions. We're on YouTube as well. maybe some TikTok in the future. I don't know.
Oh, wow. All right. Now we're getting crazy,
You know,
guys.
what was it? I was saying YouTube a long time ago. So, you know, now you're saying TikTok. It could happen. Susie's in the background, just like, oh.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Gabe. Thanks, Susanna, behind the scenes pushing the buttons. We've got more coming up. I think we got another one of these in a couple weeks. Just going to go over what we plan on doing for 2021. We got nothing but positivity from here on out, everybody. So thank you very much, and we will see you all next time.
All right. See you guys later.
Thanks, everybody.